because it was the time that Haile Selassie came to visit the United States, and Haile Selassie was the president of
Ethiopia,
Ethiopia.
yeah.
Um, and it was
Very
like the
remarkable guy.
beginning of the black, using the word black, because prior to that, we didn't use the word black. You were colored,
Yeah.
okay? And my mother had tremendous problems with calling people black. Um, and my in a science class that I had in the ninth grade, the science teacher said clearly, I don't know how the discussion got on it, but clearly he looked at me and he said, now if we look at Julia, we can see that she has Native American features
Yeah.
as well as black features. Well, I went home. I was telling my mother that. And she went back up to the school and cussed the man out. And
Mm.
I'm like, Mother, what is this? And he was saying, but black is what we call. You don't call my child black. My mother went bananas.
Yeah.
She wasn't ready for that. But I didn't have any problem with
Yeah.
with it. Um, but it was really embarrassing to me that the teacher turned so red. Like, but uh, you do realize that Julia does have these features.
Mm.
As she told him, if he calls me black one more time, she gonna take him to court or some stupidness. I don't know.
Mm.
He said, "No, Mrs. Baylor, I will not say anything." They
Mm.
looked at me like, it was just, that was where she was, and she was still there
Yeah.
when, years later when George Lord was, she almost threw George out the house when he came in with braids.
Oh man.
To her house with braids, my mother flipped out, and I mean, she went bananas. And she the struggle uh, for, I guess, I didn't, for me, of course, I didn't have that same struggle, but she had that struggle that comes from whatever it is from being raised in the South.
Mm.
All I can think of,
Yeah.
you know.
So what was my next question was also what was dating like back then? Like when you were in high school, not obviously not in middle school, but like in high school, like what was that like?
Well, in high school, I still had my crush on my boyfriend who I met when I was 3 years old. His name was Roddy. I still know Roddy. Roddy and I were in nursery school together, and Roddy took me to my prom in high school.
Okay.
Um, and we were close. In fact, when Roddy got married, it was like 2 months after I got married, and
Okay.
Lee and I went to his wedding,
Uh,
and Lee overheard Roddy because he came over and asked me to dance with him a minute, and he was chatting, and he said, uh, "We thought it was going to be us that was
yeah.
getting married." And Lee heard him say that.
Uh,
Lee wasn't too happy with that.